Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to study an interesting and very useful application of operational amplifier, the peak detector. So this circuit is used to detect and hold maximum value of an input signals. So if a waveform rises and then falls, and the peak detector remembers the highest point reached by that waveform. So what is a peak detector? A peak detector is a circuit that tracks the input signal and stores the highest value, and it holds the value until the next highest peak comes along. So in simple words, it captures the peak of an input waveform. So this is very useful in signal measurement, then instrumentation, communication system, and instrumentation circuits. So why do we need it actually? So suppose a signal keeps on changing with time. Now, if we want to know what is the maximum value of the peak value of the signal reached, then a peak detector becomes useful. Let's say we are having a signal where we have various peaks, right? So now if you want to detect the peak of this signal, then we have to use a peak detector, and that peak detector will actually detect all the peaks. That means we are going to get a signal like this where it is going to store all the information of the peaks as shown in the red line, right? So instead of manually watching the waveform, the circuit automatically stores the maximum value. Okay, so the basic working principle of a peak detector is based on the op-amp action, and then the diode conduction, and finally the capacitor that charges and discharges during the operation. So that is why the output remains at the maximum level reached by the input. So as you can see here in this circuit, we have an op-amp 741. Then we have provided an input which is a square wave input, and we have two diodes D1 and D2 and the capacitor. So the action of this peak detector will lie on the op-amp, operation of the op-amp, the diodes and the capacitors. Okay, so now to start with, if we are considering a sinusoidal signal, for example, suppose we are considering a sinusoidal signal like this, then if you want to suppose measure the peaks, then what we do, we normally go for an operation like first what we do, we detect the positive cycles. Okay, and then we put a capacitor filter which will detect the peak like this. But in case of an square wave, that becomes quite difficult. So that is why we require this op-amp setup. So now moving on to the circuit operation. So now let's see how this circuit works. So first let me draw a square wave waveform. Okay, so this square wave signal we're going to input in the op-amp circuit. Now during the positive cycle of this V in, what happens is the diode D1 is forward bias, as we have here positive voltage. So diode becomes forward bias and the current flows through the circuit and we get it across the output, right? But at the same time, what happens? This forward bias operation of diode allows this capacitor to charge. So the capacitor start charging towards a voltage VC. So that means your capacitor starts charging to its maximum value, right? Now this is for the positive cycle. So during the negative cycle, what happens? So during the negative cycle, the diode D1 is reverse bias. So since diode D1 is reverse bias, no current flows through the circuit. So this current IB equals to 0. And since the circuit is not getting any current and the capacitor has only path of discharge through the resistance RL, so the voltage across this capacitor VC starts discharging. So it will start discharging during the negative cycle, right? So similarly, when the next cycle starts, the capacitor will again start charging, and in the next cycle it will again discharge, right? So like this, what we are going to get across the output will be the voltage peaks, right? So we are going to get the peak across the output or peak across the capacitor, right? So it is going to detect the peaks. So in addition, this diode D2 conducts during the negative half cycle of V in, and hence it prevents the op-amp for going into negative saturation, right? So this in turn helps to reduce the recovery time of the op amp. So now if we want to get the negative peaks of this square waveform, then what we have to do, we have to just reverse the diode D1 and D2. By altering the value of diode D1 and D2, we are going to get the negative peaks of the square waves. So now in this, one more thing that we have to be careful of is the time period. So the charging and discharging time of the capacitor C is very crucial during this. So the only discharge part of C is through RL, and since the input bias IB is negligible, so for proper operation of the circuit, the charging time constant, which is given as CRD, and discharging time constant CRL must satisfy the following conditions. So the conditions are CRD less than equals to T by 10. Now here RD represents the resistance of the forward bias diode, which is typically 100 ohm. So RD is typically 100 ohm, and T is the time period of the input waveform. Okay, and at the same time we require CRL should be greater than equals to 10T, where RL is the load resistor. Okay, so if RL is very small, so that this equation cannot be satisfied, then we use a buffer or voltage follower between the capacitor and the load resistor. Okay, this is the alternative that we used to do. Now the other components like the resistor R here is used to protect the op amp against the excessive discharge current, especially when the power supply is switched off. And the resistor ROM equals to R that we have used here minimizes the offset problem caused by the input currents. And that is it. So this is how the peak detector works, or we can detect the peaks of any square wave signal. Okay. So I hope you have understood the operation of a peak detector. So for the resistors, as you can see here, R we normally use a 10 kilo ohm resistance value, and RL, as we already know, we generally use 10 kilo ohm resistors. Okay, and since ROM equals to R, so this will also be a 10 kilo ohm resistor. So this is the design of the peak detector circuit. So I hope you have understood how a peak detector works and how we can determine the peaks of any square wave signal, and we can also determine the positive and the negative peaks of the same signal just by changing the polarity of the diodes. Okay, so that will be all for today. So if you have any doubt, you can put it in the comments, and do like, share and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any content. Thank you for listening.